In the heart of every operational nuclear power plant in the world, there are currently at least a few kilograms of uranium-235 undergoing a carefully controlled chain reaction. Through some miracle of science, we are able to moderate a chain reaction of these neutrons causing fission events and convert a small amount of mass directly into thermal energy we can use to generate electricity. This process is one of the most stable, safe, and secure methods we have to generate power. But of course, we're humans, and if humans are good at one thing, it is taking something that should be safe and foolproof and then butt-fucking it into the dirt repeatedly. When we do this with a nuclear reactor, we wind up frequently with one of the most dangerous substances known to mankind: CORIUM. The uranium within these rods melts, and not only does it melt the rods themselves, but it continues to melt the things around it, and it mixes together into one beautiful homunculus of garbage that is, of course, obscenely radioactive and poisonous and hot, and it's one of the most dangerous things known to humanity. And today, we are going to create something similar at home. I'm Felix Bardner, and this is Cursed Cooking. Today, we are making cocoa corium. So, this dish is going to be quite simple. It is a cake from scratch, a chocolate lava cake that exhibits many of the features we associate with corium. When it comes out of the microwave, it is extremely hot. It is a very dense cake. There are molten bits of chocolate, just molten chocolate inside of it. It's not radioactive, but if you were to eat all of it at once, I could see it causing considerable damage to your body. So, without further ado, let's get cooking. Because this is a cake from scratch, we've got flour, we got sugar, cocoa, vegetable oil, salt. We're missing milk, but I'll get that when I need it. And of course, a child. The rest of the shit in the back, that's my, we're not gonna talk about that. Alright, so to get started, the recipe will also be in the description, by the way. It may need tweaking. Feel free to adjust it to what you see fit. The nice thing about this recipe, it's extremely imprecise. Like, it says 4 tablespoons, so I grab a spoon and use the table, and there's 1. First ingredient is 4 tablespoons of flour. Sure. Already getting kind of full. Might have needed to use a smaller spoon. The next ingredient, going to double dip, is 4 tablespoons of sugar. As you can imagine already, that's a lot of sugar for one person to eat. What is that, like 1 large soda? The nice thing though is that, if you just use a tablespoon, those tablespoons are flatter. We rely on that. You don't even need to use measuring cups. It's that easy and simple. Now let's see, the next 4 tablespoons of cocoa. I am going to be using this lovely, gorgeous bunch of it I found way at the back of my pantry. That was made in a simpler time. Cocoa doesn't, every day I Googled. You know, Dr. Google, he knows everything. Just going to set that useless scoop on the cap. Dr. Google, in his infinite wisdom, has informed me that cocoa doesn't really go bad, it just kind of loses its potency over the years. It doesn't quite age like wine, but doesn't quite age like milk either. There we go. That is, you can see the mug I have chosen is already quite full. And now, it is time to add the child. I don't know if I can crack this with one hand, but I'm gonna try. This is going to be a mistake, I can tell already. I could have gone much worse. I was expecting a lot worse. A little bit of salmonella, I can just, you know, straight with the rest of it. Okay, now we're going to take our same tablespoon from before. Don't tell the United States government that I'm doing this, but we're going to add 3 whole tablespoons of oil. That's fucking... I wish I could put this higher so you could see, but like... Excuse me, phone, what the fuck did you just do? Phone. Resynchronize. Doesn't that just look yummy? Alright. Let's know that that's in. You need some vanilla. Fortunately, I know just where to get some. What the fuck? Yeah, we'll just get a little vanilla here, a little vanilla extract. McCormick, how old are you? Best by 29, 24! Hey! We got another 2 years on this. That's good shit. Alright. I'm just gonna add a little. Don't want to add too much. I forget the exact concentration, but I believe whatever chemical is responsible for vanilla is also responsible for cherry, and the only difference between the two is the concentration. Don't quote me on that though. It's been a while. So the last little thing that I'm going to add here, just personal taste. Just a dash of salt. Just a smearing, just a smidge. Not too much. Now, we're gonna start mixing this up because I have a feeling this is gonna be a little, it's very, a whisk might be a better better tool for this. I mean, this is cursed cooking, right? We're not expecting grade A meals here. You came for CORIUM. And you know, I think I've seen nuclear power plants that look like this. They tend to after I, you know, God forbid they let me in the control room. This is gonna be a two-hand job. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so thick. God damn. I forgot the milk. No wonder it's so fucking thick. I forgot the milk. It's 3 tablespoons of oil and 3 tablespoons of milk. I'll be right back. Ignore any screaming you hear. You're still recording, right? Good. Ignore that. I think I'll set it atop here so we can carefully observe my measurement skills. You see, you might think that I fucked it, because now how am I ever going to measure fluids with this? The answer is that this is your fault, and if I fuck it up, you are directly responsible for what occurs here. Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah, this is the content we subscribe for. Did I mention you should subscribe? I'll post, like once a year. Get like a nice 5-minute video. You get to see my name just constantly hanging out in your subscription box, and you're like, I wonder when that idiot's gonna post something again. And I won't. And then when I do, you're not gonna like it. Those subscribers who waited like a year for my return and got fucking me chasing a friend around in Minecraft. The poor, unfortunate souls who bore witness after a year of silence, chasing a pony, or filming a pony go on an interdimensional rampage. I regret nothing, and I'll do it again. Alright, so that's actually looking semi-decent at the moment. I want to put the milk back. Put the milk back, actually. Yeah. That's really unfortunate. Good thing that doesn't involve me in any way, shape, or form. Not anymore. Now, we're at the point where we can add the final ingredient. 4 tablespoons of chocolate chips. I will be using Ghirardelli brand 60% cocoa. As something of a chocolate lover, I think the amount of sugar in this is going to more than make up for the lack of sugar comparatively in these chocolate chips. These will give the cake its molten, terrifyingly hot texture. Pretty decent, if you ask me. Now, I can open this. Oh, like that. Okay. So pretty much what you do. It's still too thick to be a valid measuring tool, but that won't stop me from trying. 1. Sure. There's a fucking... Good enough. I have speedrun this process before. It is completely possible to bake this cake, like go from scratch ingredients to baked edible cake, edible, in less than 5 minutes, if you know what you're doing. I encourage the speedrunning community to take this on. No, I would love to see r/shitty food porn, of which I've posted several times. I participated in that subreddit before. You may be unsurprised to learn. I can't get the batter off the spoon. And the best part is, like this, it looks pretty good, but like I guarantee if I were to lick that, there would just be caked on dry, raw ingredients that didn't quite get mixed there. So, unsurprisingly, it tastes quite good. But also, like, if I... Who am I kidding? Oh, it's salt. All right. The last step in the transformation. How did I actually got chocolate in my glasses. The last step in the transformation is to take this and put it in the microwave at full power for exactly 1 minute and 30 seconds. Obviously, it depends on the microwave, but unless you feel like doing the math to figure out how much energy you need to put into this thing in order to bake it, I'm also going to be kind of cautious here. Towel cam. I'm going to be kind of cautious. While the baking process is occurring, I'm going to take a moment and discuss something. I am disappointed in the lack of radioactivity in this meal. Yes, there are trace amounts of potassium-40 or what have you in it. It just doesn't feel like corium if it doesn't contain at least a small amount of ionizing radiation. It doesn't emit it, you know? It's hard to contain. Ionizing radiation isn't really something that you contain. It's you get it. Anyways, to rectify this glaring issue with this dessert, I will be serving it atop a Fiestaware plate with natural uranium in the glaze. I have a handheld scintillator here we can use to, you know, let me just turn on the beeping because everyone loves that, don't we? Signals sound. Because this is a scintillator, not a Geiger tube, background sounds, you know, a lot more active. Completely harmless. Genuinely though, the background you get off of this plate, first of all, it's primarily beta radiation, high energy electrons and positrons, which annihilate themselves fairly quickly just in air. So in addition to the inverse square relationship with this sort of source, you also get rapid attenuation of the radiation by air, and you saw how close the thing had to get. Obviously, make your own choices as to what you think is safe. I think this is safe. It is now time to reveal. Oh Oh, it's hot. Fuck me, that's hot. Did it bake? Oh. Yeah, that baked. Half baked or full baked? There's only one way to find out, lads. I might have added a little bit too much milk, but I'm just gonna, yeah, fuck it. I'll plate this there. Why not? That really wants to pour out. Is that chocolate or batter that hasn't baked? I'm gonna throw this in for like another 30 seconds, I think. I thought it was 1 minute. How much recursion can we get here? I believed it was 1:30. I might have been mistaken. God damn it. Another 30 seconds. It appears to have bulged. Look. We were going to make corium anyway. It is in our nature to destroy everything that we touch. Is this any different? I think not. Here goes something. Oh, what is it doing? What is he planning? It just took a big brown shit on the plate. Crusty? I hate you, r/196. You have ruined me. In any case, I believe the next step here is to maybe we can coerce it out with tools. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Got a piece of cake there. Just. Okay. Oh. Oh, no. The cable's landed in the drawer. Is it still recording? Yes. I might have gotten the ratio of a few things wrong here. And also the spoon did a fucking terrible job. Yeah, usually when it pops out, it looks more like a can of dog food, just kind of out of the thing. This looks a lot less successful. Corium came out a bit more fluid than I was originally expecting. However, God, that's all just flour at the bottom. Yeah. Oh shit, that's hot. How is it so? It's so hot. Did I need to nuke it for longer? Hold on a second here. All right. So the camera cut out, as it likes to. This is it. I wanted like SL1, and I got Chernobyl elephant's foot, but I think it just speaks to the variety of the coriums that exist out there in the world, you know? This one was a little runnier. It's fine. It's little solid bits. Little bits of concrete. I love it too, because it's still got the... You actually have little bits of debris in as well.
It really adds to the experience, just
the range of materials that get molten and mixed, but not homogeneously. It's a Corium is always heterosexual in nature. Well, I hate that it cut out during like the entire review section. God damn it. Like, what did it say?
it looks like dog shit, which like,
I eat dog shit. I think yeah, another point I brought up, this came out rather bitter. The sugar piled up much flatter on the tablespoon than the flour, and I used dark chocolate instead of normal milk chocolate chips. And I quite like that actually, because you know, the more bitter it is, the more toxic it feels to eat, you know? Cocoa Corium is not about making a tasty dessert. It's about creating a disaster in seconds. I feel like that's in the spirit of Corium. This milk's necessary.
all right. So that was
this episode of Cursed Cooking. If I'm feeling adventurous, I may make more. You know, I could try remaking the stump dinner, the beef cake, the portal to hell. There's a few other culinary concoctions I'm sure I could come up with in the future. But given my propensity to start a series and abandon it, I'm hesitant to promise anything. This is probably just going to be the one, given how fucking simple it was going to be and how complicated it turned out to make because my hardware is failing me. Whatever. I'll send this video off by getting the best thumbnail imaginable. There we go. I'll really get at the heart of it. All right.
I'm done. Are you done?
Racing against time.
I might have gone a little
Assemble
ham
their firebombs.
with the some of the solids and some of the. A minute, and it does say a minute and 30. I remembered correctly. I might have overdone it on the milk, actually. So it's your fault.
Everything I've been working on my whole
See, put the disclaimer in. But in any case, it's no harm, no foul. You know, this is like, yeah, it kind of looks like a big pile of dog shit, but like I've eaten worse. Let's get some of the salt. Oh my god! Yeah, look at that, gourmet.
your technique.
It's dense.
Still in your lab.
It's rich. It's hot. It's everything I wanted it to be. I was really hoping I'd be able to like cut this up. It's just dog. It's just dog shit. God, I had a Pit Lab mix once. It looked just like this. Like, not just like, it would take a few more days in the sun for it to turn into this, but you get where I'm coming from. Ow! The dark chocolate's really nice, actually. This is liquid shit, though. Oh. Like I was really hoping for something a little more porous instead of just, it's got, our reactor here got China syndrome pretty bad, I guess, you know. But I've accidentally made the elephant's foot surprise. Oh, God. I need milk. The chocolate really shines through. I actually think putting less sugar and more cocoa, using darker chocolate chips, adds to the CORIUM experience, because just adding that bitter bite to the dish, it really makes you feel like you shouldn't be eating it. Ugh. There. See, guys, it's just a garage. There's absolutely nothing weird or creepy about this thing. It's not cursed. Some bikes, some garbage, and some concrete, and that's all there is to it. Oh my god. I'm gonna need a tall one for this one. Of course, of course. Like, I've gotten playful with how much shit you add. Just toss it in, it doesn't really matter. I actually fucked up this one. It's usually not like this. You know, lava cake got interpreted a little bit too literally this time. But you know, I think... This video is over.